So, what is the effective cause of the prohibition here?
Okay. Actually, the effective cause called al-illah, which is the cause of the prohibition of combination between sale and a loan in one transaction, is conditionality, to make a stipulation. When one of the contracting parties, whether the buyer or the seller, gives condition to the other party that before I sell this to you, you have to promise me that you are going to give me loan. Or before I give you loan, you have to promise me that you are going to sell to me. So this is bay wa salam that is prohibited by the hadith. Actually, there are other types of bay wa salam that are not prohibited. This is why we concluded that bay wa salam divided into three. We have bay wa salam with condition, whether express condition or implied condition. This is bay wa salaf that is prohibited by ijma. However, there are other two bay wa salaf that have been adjudged to be prohibited by a good numbers of the Maliki school scholars. But the Jamhur, Shafi'i, Hanafi, and Hanbali disagree on those parts. And because of this, their disagreement, that is why when you go to Al-Buyun Ajal, because of the disagreement on Bay wa Salaf without prior stipulation. So this gave the scholars the reason to disagree, because the Maliki school of thought, they counted as Bay wa Salaf bituhuma. When they suspect you that what you are going to do, there is intention of combining sale and loan in one transaction. So they also declare it as a bay wa salam that is prohibited. They said saddan zari'a.
What does saddan lidhariya mean?
Saddan zari'a, blocking the means that will lead to what has been prohibited. So they say that this is also another type of bay wa salam. Another type of bay wa salam is, they said bay wa salam la bishart la surahata wala dimna wala hukman. That there is a bay wa salam, there is neither an express condition nor implied condition. It just happened. This is why Al-Mawardi, in his book called Al-Hawi, he said that it is clearly known that sale as an independent transaction is permissible ab initio. Loan as an independent transaction is permissible. And combining both, washtima'uhuma, for both of them to come together, is also permissible. Here we need to be very careful. When the jurists use a language, you have to look at all the taswarif of that language. He said, washtima'uhuma. He did not say wajam'uhuma. So meaning that both of them came together unintentionally. It was just by the ordinary course of action that loan and sale occur together. Not that the contracting parties wanted it that way. That is why I said washtima'uhuma. But had he said wajam'uhuma, meaning that it was an action of the contracting parties, it will fall under the prohibited bay wa salaf.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then the Malikis have a more suspicion-oriented and a wider...
Yeah, they extended the application of bay wa salaf to a wide range of transactions.
And
however, in fairness to the Maliki, the later Maliki scholars also concur with the Jamhur.
Okay.
And they limited the effective cause of bay or seller to conditionality, as other scholars like Hanafi, Shafi'i, and Hanbali.
So the authors of this paper, so which view did you support?
Yes. Actually, we supported the view of the Jamhur because Sharia of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a simple Sharia. It does not want to place hardship on the people. So, and we have seen when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَأَحَنَ اللَّهُ الْبَيْعَ وَحَرَّمَ الرِّبَى. The scholars said that the types of transaction prohibited by Allah are known. They are very limited. But the transactions that are not prohibited by Allah are uncountable. Meaning that al-aslu fil bay al-hil, until this bay has contain element of riba or element of gharar. And even that gharar, it has to be the excessive type of gharar, not just a bearable gharar. And also, or it contains conditions that may lead to any of these two, either riba or gharar. So we have discovered that through our investigation that bay wa salaf is only when there was an express or implied condition from the contracting parties, and this is the one we prefer. However, in applying what we prefer on the banking practices, we need to make it clear that we have applied it on tawarruk-based transactions that are taking place in the bank. But while we are applying our results on tawarruk-based transactions that are taking place in the bank, we also note that we are only saying these tawarruk-based transactions that contain elements of bay or salaf may be permissible on the basis of the opinion of those scholars that permitted the tawarruk of the bank, because it's a subject of a disagreement among the contemporary scholars. We, by the time we say that, okay, so and so transaction carried out by the bank, like the tawarruk-based deposit, we said there is bay or salaf here. And when we concluded that the bay or salaf in the tawarruk deposit is not the prohibited type of bay or salaf, only in the opinion of those scholars that permitted tawarruk and munazzam.
Right.
Yeah, because if the basis is not approved, there is no way any other thing can be built upon it. But we have approved the basis, taking benefit of those scholars that also permitted it. Like, for example, one of the popular scholars, Sheikh Nazir Hamad, he is among those scholars that permitted to work munazzam. So he's a scholar, he's a jurist, so and he's a mujtahid. So also other scholars, they did not permitted it, but we build our own research based on those scholars that permitted tawarruk and munazzam. We say that the bay wa salaf that occur in this type of tawarruk, it is not bay wa salaf that is prohibited, because we said there are three different types of bay wa salaf, and that among these three types, the only type that is prohibited is the one that contains express or implied condition of having sale and loan combined in one transaction.
Don't forget to keep watching. We'll have more installments from this series, Inside Islamic Finance, posted from time to time on the iFikr website.